Guys, I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I'm so appreciative of all the support and love and gratitude that you guys have been sending my way. I really am so grateful. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about how all the information that is coming at us at any particular time is the information that we need in that particular instance, in that particular moment. This is something that I really believe as time has gone on, it's proven to me over and over again, and it's basic wisdom that I kind of run with in this world that I move into or move in, where there's so much information on this planet, right? I mean, there's so much information. It boggles the mind. There's no way you could consume it in a million lifetimes, the amount of information that's on this planet. But if you believe that nothing in the universe is a coincidence and everything happens for a reason, which I do believe, it means that if you are right now sitting here watching this video, you were meant to receive this information. You need this information somehow in your life. It's going to help you in some way in your life. All right, you need to listen to this information if it's in front of you right now in this moment in time, right? Because out of all the millions of YouTube videos, if this is the one that's presented to you right now in the moment, I mean, of course, there's YouTube algorithms and technology and all that stuff. So you might be getting notifications, things like that. So precluding all of that, not including all that stuff, all the technology stuff, even including that perhaps, there's a reason why this information is in front of you right now. Now, I'm really careful about this kind of stuff because I want to make all this information more conscious to the world and to myself, right? So, for example, if I pick up a book, right now, as I said, I love this book. I always carry it with me everywhere. It's a daily stoic. And what I'll do with books or information in general, I'll just kind of pick it up and I'll open it on a random page. And the first thing that it says is perfection is the enemy of action, right? And so this is what it says in the book. This is where I opened it up casually, no information, only intuition guiding me, only the universe guiding me. And so when I start reading that, and I open it and I read it, and it's the first line that comes up, obviously that is the information that I need in this moment in time. And why? Because I'm always dealing with perfectionism. I'm always fighting perfection. It is one of my mortal enemies, immortal enemies. Hate it. It's one of those things in me that I fight on a constant, daily, momentary basis because moment by moment I'm dealing with it. Even doing these videos, you have no idea how hard it is for me not to put them out the way they are because, I mean, look at my hair. It's like a complete mess. But I can't worry about all the perfectionism things because if I did, I would never put these out. And so perfectionism is an enemy of action. I always need this lesson. But in this moment in time, I particularly needed it, right? So as I move through the world, as I'm moving through the different things that are happening in the world, I might meet this individual and they might say something to me and I'm like, oh, I wonder why they said that to me. But I'll log it into my information, into my database, because obviously I was supposed to hear that information. And then I'll move through the world and I'll see a billboard with some kind of message on it and I'll wonder, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why that came up right now. And I'll log it in again and then I'll use that information in the future because I know that the reason I was presented with that information, because there's so much, there's millions of data bytes of information coming at you, bits of information coming at you all day long, all moment long, and every single second, there's a lot of information coming at you. But for some particular reason, your eye was caught by this particular billboard or was caught by this particular message, or your brain or your sensory system was caught by this particular advice or this particular individual. Why? Why is that? It's not random. It's not a coincidence. It's because some particular intelligence that is working underneath the surface. You could call it your unconscious. Obviously, your subconscious is always working. Your unconscious is always working, trying to bring in information that's going to be useful to you. You could call it the collective consciousness or the universe. The universe is always working in order to make sure that all the information that you need in order to grow and learn is always coming at you. You could call it whatever you want. God, blah, 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 right? It doesn't really matter. The words don't matter. The names don't matter, I mean. The words don't matter, but the names don't matter. And so you call it whatever, but all of this information is coming at you for a particular reason. So really kind of notice this in your own life as you move through the world. My ardent desire with everything that I do for myself, and again through the teachings or through the videos that I do, is to make everything more conscious. I find that there's so much magic in the world, right? Like we kind of forget that it's happening. All this magic is happening. All these miracles are happening because we're so unconscious, because we move through the world like zombies, like automatons, like robots. We don't actually pay attention to the minuscule details. And we don't pay attention to the minutia anymore. We kind of think that we only need to pay attention to the important stuff. And what's important stuff? Netflix and YouTube and things like that. Whereas all the magic and all the important stuff is happening in the minutia and the details and the little details, that a lot of details, the slips our mind. We just don't think about it. So what I'm trying to do with my own life is to kind of pay attention to those details, those minutia, those things that most of us will just ignore because it's not important. Why would you care about what information is coming at you? Because it's important. It's important, actually, guys. Why is it important? Because it actually gives you an idea of what you're missing in your life. It's really interesting because you can kind of, let me give an example. For example, how about this? You're kind of moving through the world and you're perhaps working on a business idea, right? And you need an answer to a question, perhaps which logo to use or which color system to use, which color palette to use, for example, right? And you're kind of like, I don't know, should I use pinkish or should I use blue hues or should I use browns or reds or maroons? I don't know, I'm so confused, right? You move through the world, and if you pay attention, you'll be kind of noticing where your eye moves to, right? You'll be noticing what kind of colors attract your attention. And that is your answer. The universe is giving you the answer in the colors that are attracted to your eye, right? But you don't pay attention, and you're like, I don't know the answer. I don't know, what am I supposed to do, blah, blah. But if you were paying attention, you'll realize, my eyes are always attracted to the maroons and the reds. I really love that color. I need to put that into my logo, right? Because I'll be more authentic to who I am. It'll work well with me, jibe well with it. But if you weren't paying attention to it, you'd kind of perhaps be pulled in all these random directions and perhaps be like, someone will tell you, oh, you know what, I really love turquoise. And maybe that's also a good color for you. That's fine. But then if you were really listening to all the signs and signals that were coming at you, you would choose maroon over turquoise. Both colors are fine. Both colors are beautiful. But it depends on what you're looking for exactly, right? So I really want to make this like a very conscious process to you. Is it more tiring? I don't think so. A lot of people ask me, like, if I was so conscious all the time, would I be exhausted at the end of the day? No, because you're only paying attention to things that really matter now, right? From starting now, you're only going to pay attention to things that matter. So all the other shit that's out there that we used to pay attention to, that's useless, that's not important, you're not going to pay attention to. So your attention is not dissected. It's not diluted. You know, you're not paying attention to shit anymore. You're only paying attention to things that actually matter in your decision making, actually matter to your life, actually matter to the things you're doing. Now, my example was obviously very business focused, but it can relate to anything really. If you're making a decision on your relationship, right? The signs and signals are coming at you all the time, and all you have to do is pay attention. And a lot of people, I think, we get confused because we're not paying attention to the signs and signals. Instead of that, we're asking questions to random strangers who have no idea what's going on with us. Like, we'll go and ask our friend, what do you think I should do with my relationship? This person is not in your relationship. They don't know. But the universe, yes, the universe is in your relationship. That ancient being is with you all the time. You know, your unconscious, subconscious is with you all the time. They know the answers. Your intuition knows the answers. Those are the people you should be asking for the answer, not this random person who's not in your relationship, who's just watching from the outside in, and who has probably their own agendas. Perhaps they're lonely, they want you as a friend back, you know, they miss your friendship, they don't like the fact that you're in a relationship and they're not, you know, who knows? There's so many random things associated with it. How can you really know what their true agenda is, right? So I really want you guys to kind of move through the world with this kind of new consciousness where everything has some sort of meaning to it. Everything has magic associated with it. There's so many miracles happening around us all the time. There's so much beautiful information coming at us that's going to help us become better and better, more fulfilled, more self-actualized human beings. But instead of actually paying attention to it, we ignore it and we move towards information that we think is more important, but it's actually useless. Okay? I hope this makes sense. I hope I was able to explain myself to you. Again, if you guys have any questions, please message me anytime. All my contact information is in the description below. So my email is in there, you know, my Facebook, everything. So you can message me anytime you guys want. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.